John Gruden has final say on all personnel moves. This is according to new Raiders GM Mike Mayock. While speaking with ESPN's Steve Levy, Mayock said he has zero problem with that, even though there may be a little yelling and fighting over what players they believe in. Ryan Clark back here with us. Good to see you. Max, What does this say about Gruden?
It says more about Mark Davis, I think. Look, here, John Gruden, here's $100 million. Now, when you pay a coach, you don't have
Let's
to
get matching haircuts.
You don't have to put, right, exactly.
Nobody wants that haircut.
Little single white female thing going on there, right? Remember that movie?
Great movie.
I want my bangs real short and straight across.
That's the only time I ever saw a man get stabbed in the eye with a shoe.
Oh, that's disgusting. But listen,
happened.
Here's the thing. Here's the $100 million. Now, when you pay a coach, you don't have to put the money in any money in escrow like you do for players.
Right.
Notice all the expensive players are being moved. Khalil Mack, Amari Cooper. I bet you they'd move Derek Carr if they could find a taker. And that's, there have been rumors about the financial shape of the franchise and whether there's money to put in escrow for those players. And they're kind of biding their time till they get to Vegas. And then the financial situation changes. That's why teams move from city to city, because they're looking for greener pastures. For the $100 million, John Gruden, this team is all about you. So Mark Davis has found his man that would feel comfortable with that has confidence in himself, that is a media star, and it is crystal clear who deserves all the credit and all the blame for anything that happens to the Raiders, thereby taking Davis off the hook and putting it on Gruden, who seems to be happy to be that guy. That's what all of this is about to me.
Okay. I don't disagree with any of your points. They're valid. I have something else on my mind. And I want to preface my comments by saying this is not comments for First Take. It's not responsible ESPN or whatever the case may be.
Say it.
So get my name right. Stephen A with a PH, not a V.
Molly Carum.
Molly Carum.
Thank you.
Let me say this. Let me say this in all seriousness. Max Kellerman, Ryan Clark, Molly, I'd like to consider leaving ESPN. Now, I work very, very hard. And I've decided that, you know what? I'd like to be the president of basketball operations for the Knicks. Steve Mills, could you just move upstairs and take over Madison Square Garden?
You have the right pay job for that.
I would like Magic Johnson. Could you just go to the business side? Can I become president?
Just don't draft Okafor.
That's right. There we go. Can I become president of basketball operations for the Los Angeles Lakers? Because evidently credentials are not required. Excuse me, I'm in the media. And all of a sudden I get to be an NFL GM, that's where my mind is. Now, I want to preface my comments by stating Mike Mayock, I don't know him from a can of paint. I just know his work on television, which is exceptional.
Right.
I know that he knows what he's talking about with the NFL. I know he's well connected with the draft. I get all of that. But whether it's him or John Lynch, who I think is doing a good job in San Francisco, it's not about all of that. It's about the process. And I ain't talking about the one in Philadelphia. I'm talking about the one in the real world here. The process has been bypassed. This is nepotism at its height, and it's disgusting. The fact of the matter is that Mayock and Lynch had no business being GMs with all of those folks that work black, white, Hispanic, and beyond. An abundance of people working in NFL, toiling through that terrain, going through what they went through, starving for the opportunity. I'm going to hire a guy that's working on television because he's my buddy. All right, and I'm going to put him in as the general manager of the Oakland Raiders, who have been nothing short of a moribund franchise for the better part of the last decade and a half. It rakes my nerves to the core. It is something that speaks to an opportunity that wouldn't be accorded to a lot of people in a lot of communities. And the fact that Mike Mayock is the general manager for the Oakland Raiders tells me all I need to know about how far we need to go forward. Because, again, he has never worked in an NFL office. He was doing, Max, what I'm doing on television.
I want to say one thing. I want to say
college.
So did I.
He played with the Giants for a year.
By the way, if you don't mind me saying,
he was there.
Time out. If you don't mind,
excuse
me. Since you brought that up, just my last one, and I'll shut up. I was coached by a living legend in Clarence Big House Gaines. His mentor, John McClendon, helped integrate the sport of basketball and used to mentor me. John Chaney was the first coach that I covered as a reporter. And after that, Larry Brown. Look at those credentials. Excuse me, I'm not literally being serious in terms of me wanting to being the president of basketball. I'm simply saying when we talk about credentials,
hold on.
They don't have it.
I'm going to throw it to you right now, Ryan Clark, and I just want to mention this. Chick Hearn was, for a time, the Lakers assistant GM. And it was during a golden era of Lakers basketball. It's not that it's impossible to work out. Like, those things happen.
Well, so the big thing here's what Mike Mayock's going to do. Mike Mayock's going to put together a book, right? He's going to scout these players. He's going to hand it to John Gruden, and he's going to get out the way. That's why he says he's okay with being a guy that is only going to present certain things, and John Gruden is going to have the final say. Because when you give a guy $100 million, and we talked about it on this show with the other moves, it's John Gruden's way or no way. John Gruden's making all of the decisions, and that's what this hire says to me more than anything.
Yeah, just don't get the haircut, Mike. What a difference a year makes. Tua goes from title game stud to dud. Should Bama be worried about their All-American quarterback? More First Take coming up next.